Hey, everybody. Welcome to Qué Golazo. We have a very special conversation with Portland Thorns star and World Cup champion Crystal Dunn as the NWSL announced a brand new partnership with Mastercard. And Crystal is a global ambassador. A great chat. We discuss about the partnership, the league, the season with Portland Thorns, the Olympics, and so much more. Qué Golazo with Crystal Dunn begins right now. Joining us now on Qué Golazo and CBS Sports is Portland Thorns star and United States women's national team World Cup champion, may I add, Crystal Dunn. Crystal, welcome to Qué Golazo.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, it's a pleasure. And everybody, with the NWSL in full swing and our excitement here at CBS Sports and Paramount Plus, broadcasting it all, the league recently announced its partnership with Mastercard as the brand looks to further strengthen its commitment to women's soccer and its growing fan base. And Crystal Dunn is officially Mastercard's global ambassador. Crystal, congrats. First of all, talk to me about this partnership between the NWSL and Mastercard, and how excited are you about this news and being, of course, global ambassador?
Oh, I'm so excited. Mastercard is such a huge brand with so much reach, and what they're really able to do is grow the fan base and also provide fans with an experience of a lifetime, a priceless experience. And I think that's exactly what women's soccer needs, is more awareness, even more investment, and a major brand like Mastercard getting involved at this time is just a testament that this league is growing and it's going to continue to do so.
Absolutely. As you mentioned, to celebrate the occasion, NWSL fans should look out, by the way, for in-person and virtual experiences. The first one being a VIP game day experience. And when you head over to see a game, you can experience exactly that. But it's also about investment in soccer-themed curriculum for girls all over the country. Crystal, we've talked about this before back when I was with SI. I want to ask you again, how important is this for you, this commitment to the women's game, and not just the women's game, but just girls all over the country, specifically girls of color and those who just really want a chance to play?
Yeah, I'm just so ecstatic to be partnering with Mastercard because I truly believe all of our values align, just promoting the sport, making it feel like it could be everyone's sport with more inclusion and diversity. I'm a huge advocate for that. As a woman of color, I always am fighting for more women of color to be involved in this sport and to truly feel like this is a space for them to not just survive, but to really thrive. And I think more and more you're seeing more women of color. This last year's draft had the most women of color drafted to NWSL teams. And I just feel like the growth of women's soccer is there, and we're just going to keep on pushing.
Well, see, you're reading my mind, because that's what I wanted to ask you about, because the last time we talked was before the World Cup. A lot has happened, a lot. Not just in the game, but obviously the pandemic, the fight for social justice, just so many things. But as you mentioned, the NWSL really is looking stronger than ever. And this partnership, I think, is a testament to it. But how excited are you for the future?
I'm very excited. I think there was definitely a time where the NWSL didn't feel like it was going to stay afloat. There was just talks at the end of, some years in the past where it was like, are we returning next year? Who knows what's happening? But I haven't had those thoughts in a very long time. And I think the league is stable. It's more than stable. We're bringing in new investment. Obviously, a brand such as Mastercard getting involved is propelling the sport in the direction that it needs to be. We're finally seeing the value. We're finally seeing our worth, and you have to spend money to make money. And what you're finding now is these brands are more than willing to do so, and building curriculum such as Mastercard to really promote women's soccer and also just young women to be involved at a young age, I think is incredible. That's exactly what we need, is to tackle the grassroots level and to get more and more diversity inclusion at the younger stages so that the sport can grow and come into fruition.
Absolutely. This is such a powerful relationship now with the NWSL and Mastercard, a great partnership. And Crystal Dunn, the global ambassador. I can't wait to see what else you do in the future. All right, listen, I want to talk to you now about Portland Thorns. Fresh off from winning a thrilling Challenge Cup final, extra happy for you and my pal, Becky Sauerbrand. And you opened the season with a 5-0 win over the Red Stars. How are you feeling about this season?
I am feeling great. I mean, we basically said I'm feeling amazing right now. I know, but I am excited because we said going into the first game, we wanted to set the tone. Watching a lot of the other games back, we were like, all right, there's not a whole lot of goals being scored. It'd be great if we can step onto the scene and really, set the tone. And I think we did so. I think, our midfield is very creative. Our back line is so solid. Our front line has young talent, hungry to get better and better. And what people saw on display yesterday was just the beginning. But ultimately, I think that is what our team is more than capable of doing this year.
Yeah. How are you feeling about this weekend? You have All Rain. This should be an interesting affair as you continue and you start off. Because I'm wondering, you won the Challenge Cup. You feel confident. You feel great, as you mentioned. Is it an advantage coming off as like a Challenge Cup champion, or are you feeling like, no, we need to prove once again that we deserve to be number one, et cetera, especially at the beginning of the season?
Oh, yeah. I mean, honestly, anyone who watches the NWSL should know that what happened yesterday does not normally happen. These games are usually 1-0, 1-1, very close. And what you're going to see this whole year is it's anyone's championship to win. So for us, yes, we're waking up this morning feeling very good, but at the same time, we understand every week is a new challenge. Every team presents a new challenge, and we're just excited to see what that is and to just grow and become a better team each week.
Very quickly on the national team, how are you feeling under Vlatko Andonovski? This is obviously, we know how good this team is, of course, a World Cup champ, everything that you have achieved already this year, but the Olympics coming in as well. Like, how are you guys feeling under Vlatko?
Oh, Vlatko has been a breath of fresh air. He truly values the NWSL. He values our performance in the NWSL, which I think is so important. No longer can we just get by with how we perform on the national team, and that's just going to translate into, starts and call-ups into camp. I think he has shown so much investment in how we perform in the league, and it puts pressure on us. We have to perform. We have to play well. And I think, speaking on what I just said, it's like every week is a new challenge. It's not about what you did last week. It's about what are you going to continuously do? And, he actually was at the game yesterday and just, I thanked him actually for showing up to these games and really, seeing players in person, because I really think it means a lot, that connection to a coach and, seeing him truly invested in our performances is really important.
Absolutely. I mean, he obviously knows this league very well, this country very well from a coaching perspective. Crystal, every time I ask a player in the national team or in the NWSL, I always say, who's the craziest, who's the funniest person in the dressing room? Who's the one that's cracking too many jokes in training? And the answer is always Crystal Dunn.
Oh, I knew you were going to say that. Oh, goodness. Well, at least it's consistent. Everyone just thinks, hands down, I'm the funniest. I mean, that's basically the main takeaway. All to say, me, I love connection. I love engaging with my teammates. I think it's so important that I, know my teammates as best as I can off the field, so that on the field, I can perform and we can gel together. One of my good friends is Megan Rapinoe. Me and her are really good friends off the field. And I just feel like our connection and how we interact off the field is so important. And that's why we're able to perform and do the things we love to do on the field together.
No, absolutely. And listen, it's obviously a compliment, so you're not just a talent, you're not just a great human, but you're also fun. And, I always said it in my family, if I can be the best looking one, and not to say that I always want to be the funniest one. And,
you got to have the personality. It's so important. That's how you get all the invites to the parties,
Exactly. You need us. You need the personality. No, but you have it all. You're the complete package. Hey, Crystal, I want to ask you very quickly on the Champions League, Women's Champions League final, Barcelona winning, their first ever. How would you feel about a Portland Thorns game against Barcelona? How good would that be?
Oh, well, obviously, watching what they were able to do in the Champions League final, I'm kind of like, oh man, it's going to be intense, but we're excited. This is exactly what we need to be having. The ICC tournament should be occurring every single year. I don't know if there's a contract already drawn up, but this is what needs to take place, I think, from this moment on going forward. The ability to really see the best of the best in both leagues, in all leagues, competing against each other, to really see who is the best. Let's really get down to it and see who's going to be the last one standing. But I think it's incredible. It's going to be a great tournament. Portland's obviously really excited to host. We're going to have the fans rocking all over the place. And obviously it's going to be really top teams competing against each other.
Absolutely. It's a great opportunity to not just amplify the women's game, but also just see competition across the globe. All right, let's finish up on the Mastercard partnership. Anything specific coming from you, by the way, as you are now the global ambassador for Mastercard on the NWSL? We know that we have the virtual and in-person game experiences, but anything that we can look ahead to in the next few months with you?
Yeah, I think for me and my partnership with Mastercard, it really is elevating just women's soccer. I think there's so much more work to be done. Can't get enough of really just propelling and pushing this sport in the right direction. But I'm just happy that I'm able to partner with a brand that sees my value, sees my worth, and also all the things that I'm passionate about, which is getting more Black women in this sport, but also as a whole, just investment in women's sports. Some of the players that are also affiliated with Mastercard, and Naomi Osaka, Pernille Harder. It's incredible to be amongst other great talents across the world.
No, absolutely right. Let's keep pushing. Let's keep growing the women's game. And of course, I'll be watching for the next TikTok video that Crystal Dunn does, hopefully in the future.
I got to start. I think I made an account and I have yet to.
But you don't use it? I think you're perfect for TikTok, Crystal.
I mean, I know I'm perfect for it, but I'm kind of intimidated by it. It is really? So creative. I learned so much from TikTok. I'm like, people are so creative and I love it. And now I feel like the bar is so high and I just got to I got to wait for my right moment to step onto the scene,
I'm telling you, once you do, TikTok better watch out. I feel that app is made for Crystal Dunn. Crystal Dunn, Portland Thorns, the new global ambassador for Mastercard and the NWSL, and of course, a World Cup champion. Crystal, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, everybody. I want to thank Crystal Dunn, Mastercard, and the NWSL, as well as don't forget that we broadcast NWSL on CBS Sports and Paramount Plus. For joining us today, don't forget to keep watching us on YouTube, youtube.com/Qué Golazo. We're also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and of course, Stitcher, CBS Sports, and CBS Sports app as well. Have a great day.